Hello. The paths to nirvana that have been endorsed in the current era have become very confused, undefined, and incomprehensible. However, there is a clear and simple way to attain nirvana, which involves 5 discrete practices, which involve certain insights and specific activities and skills. This is the path to nirvana. The first practice is hard to do, but it has been promoted by many different traditions. This is to give up all wants and desires. It will seem unnatural to do this because we all have wants and it seems entirely normal for us to have them. We like wanting things. Moreover, in our culture, wanting things is promoted as a method to attain a good life. If we would like to get something for ourselves, we are encouraged to want this intensely. Not wanting things would seem to be a practice of laziness, disinterest, or uncaring. However, not wanting things is a much better practice, and it provides many advantages. If a person wants something intensely and goes about getting it and succeeds, that does feel pretty good. However, it is not that easy to acquire many of our wants. If we invest a great deal of work into something, that can lead to stress and burnout. If we put in a lot of effort and then fail to achieve our goals, we become depressed and discouraged. If we make progress but the outcome is uncertain or unlikely, we become anxious and fearful. We may worry a lot and develop insomnia. On the other hand, if we begin to make progress, we may get excited, overconfident, and manic. This creates a whole new set of problems. Such overstimulation can lead to poor judgment, bad decisions, and an eventual crash. And so, not wanting things solves these problems. Although giving up our wants is unpopular with people today, it is a strategy which has been promoted by many traditions and many philosophers. The Greek philosopher Epictetus taught that humans should not have desires or aversions with regards to external events that are beyond our control, for this serves no purpose in the pursuit of living virtuously and happily. His key teaching was that humans can only find true happiness in accepting everything that happens to us, and even in accepting everything that happens in the entire world. Baba Ram Dass says that our journey is about being more deeply involved in life and yet less attached to it. According to Buddhist psychology, suffering arises from attachment to desires. These desires can vary from material objects, sensual pleasures, or even your relationships. And ignorance is the root cause of desire and suffering. The Bhagavad Gita also teaches that actions should be performed without desire. Desire is the root cause of karma. In the Hindu tradition, the point is not to renounce society and duty, but rather to attain a desireless state within the world of activity. Modern neuroscience helps us to understand this better. We have seen that the human brain has 2 distinct processing systems which are quite different from each other. These processing systems, the unconscious mind and the conscious mind, simultaneously take in information, process them, and then come to a conclusion about them. These processing systems have very different personalities, values, skills, and perspectives. The unconscious mind is fast, intuitive, creative, and responsive. It is also very intense and highly motivated. It creates wants, desires, cravings, compulsions, and addictions. It creates drives, and these drives can provide direction in life. However, the unconscious mind is short-sighted, cannot predict the future very well, and often generates actions which lead to failure and misery. This is why we often need to rely on the processing system of the conscious mind. The conscious mind has panoramic awareness, can see the big picture, and is much better at predicting the future, seeing alternatives, and providing options which are superior to the knee-jerk decisions of the unconscious mind. We do need direction in our lives. Becoming free from wants does not lead to aimless drifting in life, because the conscious mind creates firm goals based on an understanding of ourselves and our situation and on what we need to accomplish in our lives. Goals are the alternative to the system of wants. We can be highly committed to our goals, which provide needed direction and purpose in our lives. This is not just a simple blind decision that we make to give up wanting. We start by taking an inventory of the many wants that we have. We no longer take them at face value. Now we become curious about them. Where do they come from? Where do they lead? Do they lead to results and accomplishments which are what we intend? If in this period of investigation you really do believe that your wants work well for you, then you may not give them up. But then really look to see where things go for you. This is all based on science and on your own exploration of the facts and your understanding of them. On another note, if you do recognize the failures, setbacks, and pain that your wants create, you can still choose to have this as a package deal. It's your choice. Although this is created for your benefit, you are free to choose a bad deal. However, if you come to understand the entire system and gain proficiency in the 5 practices, you will see that Nirvana is the best way to live your life.